Okay, Adam, what even is like time? Like based on your like if you could put it into your own words, what is your definition of time? Like what even is it?
Okay, I would say it falls in the category of a dimension, I believe.
I agree.
So,
I also
time,
believe that is
yes,
like a dimension beyond our own reality, the
uh,
fourth dimension.
yes. So, the
Scientific
formula for
definition.
time, yes.
Physicists define time as the progression of events from the past to the present and into the future. Basically, if a system is unchanging, it is timeless.
If a system is unchanging, it is timeless.
So is the system of time unchanging, thus meaning time is timeless. But is that concept like what even is that concept though?
I don't know, right? Like, what if time is timeless? I
Time
would
can
say.
be considered to be the fourth dimension of reality. Yes, that seems most probable to me. Like
Yeah, yeah. Oh, okay. Do you think time is an illusion?
is an illusion?
Yes.
Uh,
Because it is a naive perception of flow that doesn't correspond to to physical reality.
I think it is an illusion. I think time is something
Because
that is just it doesn't exist in our reality. It's just a concept that we've like created to keep track of a progression of events.
yes, but do you think humans created time, like created the concept of time, or do you think God created the concept of time?
Oh my! Oh, that is a really good question, actually.
Yes, yes. Do you
I don't
think?
know if that's
Okay.
one I have an answer for. I mean, no one really knows.
I mean, yeah, but I just want to hear your opinion. Like, you know, what
I
do you think is
think
the most probable answer?
I think
I
God
think
actually created like the concept of time, but we kind of built it into our own idea. Maybe
yes. Okay. That's what I was thinking too. Like,
like we
God,
kind of just adopted
we,
our
we,
own
we
like.
need time. Like, we need time to just to just
Yeah.
function society. It's like, yeah, time is so important. The
Yes.
concept of time.
All right. Now on
Yeah.
to the arrow of time. Physics equations work equally well whether time is moving forward into the future or backward into the past. However, time in the natural world has one direction called the arrow of time. The question of why time is irreversible is one of the biggest unresolved questions in science.
Mm.
Well, so what does this mean?
God, I couldn't tell you. I could not tell you.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay, time
So
dilation.
we
This is what I'm
time
trying to
dilation.
figure. I need to figure this out. Okay, so it says in classical mechanics, time is the same everywhere. Synchronized clocks remain in agreement, yet we know from Einstein's special and general relativity that time is relative. Wait, what is it? What does that mean? Time is relative. Just like
Well, we're gonna have to depend on the ponderers out there to answer this question. Ah,
depends on the frame of reference of an observer. This can result in time
fine.
dilation, where the time between events becomes longer the closer one travels to the speed of light.
I got a question. I got a question. Do you okay? Is the concept of time a theory or a law or both?
Ooh, ooh, oh!
Oh well, that's a good question. I would say that's a. If I do say so myself, that is a good question.
Oh my. Okay.
Okay, so let's just check one of this. Time is a theory because we created it, didn't
I
we?
think yeah,
Did we
time
not?
is a theory because we created our own concept of it, but it's not actually proven. A theory is something that isn't proven but is believed based on educated guesses. So I would say that theory is simply just a time and that it is not a law.
Yes.
Time travel. Do you think in our near future we will ever be able to achieve it?
Okay, time travel. That is a good concept. Um, I just don't think it's possible. Because if okay, let's just say in the future, right? If time travel was real, I might sound like an idiot, but I don't know. My limited brain is just think about this. If time travel, like let's just say it's real, right? It happened in the future, right?
Yep.
Why don't we see time travelers right now? From like 30, 46. Why aren't they coming in right now? Like it just doesn't make any sense. We've never seen any time travelers. If time travel was real, surely there would be at least someone to go back in the year 2023
I
at
agree
this
with
day.
that, but I think the reason we wouldn't know is they probably are taking the precaution to keep the timeline intact. Like, because if they say or do the wrong thing, they could screw up their entire future. So I'm thinking that, like,
That is true.
it's possible that we may have developed time travel in a distant future, but there are, like, some safety precautions that they have to take in order to maintain stability.
But like even the slightest changes will cause like huge. It's the butterfly effect.
Yep,
The
this is
slightest change.
just anything could.
So I would think even being in the presence. If let's just say you don't change anything at all, you travel back in time, right?
Hmm.
I don't know. I just feel like just being there would just change it as well. I feel. I don't
Just
know.
your very existence. Yeah, I could.
Just
I could see
your
how that would.
presence. It would
Because
pop.
you're
It
not
would.
supposed
It
to
would
exist in that time. Like
you're automatically
you're
you're
already changing something by just even being there.
you're breaking like the law. Like I don't know how to explain. Like it shouldn't work like that.
Yeah, cause a
I don't think. And me personally, I don't know if God would like that. I feel.
or is that even like something that he
Is that even like
controls? Like,
yeah? But do you think okay? Do you think time travel is an ethical thing to do? Like,
okay, so I think there's a very big difference, like in terms of what the consequences might be traveling to the future as opposed to traveling to the past, because like you can't really mess anything up by going to the future
yeah, yeah, you can.
because
Wait,
you're changing an event that hasn't occurred in your timeline yet. So that's not gonna mess with your present.
I feel
But
like
what are you saying?
traveling into I feel like traveling into the future is like way more complicated than traveling to the past. I feel because what if you just okay, you travel to the future, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I get it. So like what, 30, 20, 30, 24, right? So like, oh my God, bro. It just doesn't make any sense. Like if you travel to the future 2024, let's say you traveled there, right? And then
Yeah.
you just go back in time, go back to 2020, 2023. Your future will be different because you just changed it.
Yeah.
So what would that previous, but like, let's just say like you did time travel, like that universe or that parallel universe, like how did that even exist? Because you just changed it. And
Exactly.
how did you just go travel to the future like in the first place? It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I just I feel like traveling into the past is more likely. I feel
Yep.
traveling to the future just doesn't make any sense. I mean, let's be honest here. Both concepts is a very tricky
Yeah,
concept.
and but the thing is I think traveling to the past would pose a much greater threat, especially if you
Yeah.
actually do end up changing something. Like the grandfather paradox is a classic example. According to the paradox, if you travel back in time and kill your grandfather before your mother or father was born, you could prevent your own birth.
Okay, but like here's the thing. That doesn't make sense to me as well because
Yeah, because so if you kill your grandfather, that
yeah,
erases your either your mother or father's existence, which means that erases your existence, which means that you wouldn't have been able to travel back in time in the first place to even
exactly.
kill
So
your
that's why
grandfather.
That just doesn't make any sense. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, if you
Yeah.
travel back in time to kill your grandfather, how are you even alive before that? Because you, well, because you were born after your grandfather, right? And you're
Exactly.
telling me you killed your grandfather? That doesn't make sense. That's
Mm-hmm.
not how it works.
I don't even. It's
Your
crazy. I think
grandfather
time
killed
travel
like
is one of the most mind-boggling concepts.
this. Ooh, do we need to like invest some time into Neil deGrasse? Sorry if I butchered that name. Neil deGrasse or Grace Tyson. Have you heard of him?
Mm-mm.
He's that one like crazy physicist.
Ooh.
Push him
See
up
his
to
answers to our crazy questions.
this. My bad. The American astrophysicist. You've seen him before.
Mm-hmm.
There's, are you looking at him right now?
I'm on ThoughtCo right now. ThoughtCo.com.
Whatever that is. But yeah, Neil deGrasse or Neil deGrasse. He covers topics just like this because he's an astrophysicist. I mean, of course, he doesn't know the answer. It's, nobody. It's literally impossible. Literally
Yeah.
impossible. Not the answer. But yeah, the concept of time itself is just so, as you said, mind-boggling. It's
Do you
just
think it ever had a beginning? Because a lot of physicists believe that it started, like the concept of time started with the Big Bang.
oh my god, bro. I just
I don't think that makes sense though, because
there has to be
let's
something.
just assume that for a second that time was a law, always has been, always will be. How would it only have just started with a
Yeah,
cosmic explosion? Because there was still like infinite void before
yes,
the Big Bang. So that
yeah,
concept had to have still been there regardless of whether we kept track of it or not.
yeah. Because yeah, there has to be something before something, and before that, and before that, and before that, and before that. I believe time was just it's just basically infinite. I believe.
Yeah. I think time is
Like
timeless. I'm pretty sure time
I
is
feel like
timeless.
also existence is also infinite too. Because
Just
like
like
I
there's
feel like
always been something in
something.
existence.
Yes, yes. Because they can't be. It just they can't be nothing. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because our little puny brains can't handle this
Mm-hmm.
concept. Actually, we can't figure out the answer, but think about it. There is an answer if you really think about it.
Oh
Like
yeah. God
it's
knows for
it's there.
sure. He
Yeah,
created it
that's why
all,
we're here.
so
Yes, he knows everything. But yeah, I believe that time has always been here, and also existence has always been here. Just like even okay, even if the Big Bang theory was true, I still believe there's something before the Big Bang theory. Just
exactly.
maybe just like an endless void
Spanning
before.
back like even trillions of years before it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Ooh, okay, what
this is a
about
good point here. One argument for the origin of time is that if it extended backward infinitely, which is what I think
yeah?
is
That's
true because
the only plausible answer I could. Yeah, I agree with.
yeah, I think time is timeless.
Time is time. Ooh, that is a good statement right there. Time is timeless.
Yes, yes.